Hey everybody, this is Derek here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some interesting gameplay using the QBZ and QBU, the two Sanhok exclusive weapons. So we're on PUBG Mobile 0.9.5 today, the current Chinese version, and this gameplay was brought to me by Dev Sa, so a huge shout out to you, thank you. I will leave his in-game names in the video description down below. It is DevSha18 for global and xIronManx for Chinese versions. That's very easy to remember. So you can see here that they dropped at the training center, which is near the middle of the map for Sanhok, and I'll be doing all these like drop and loot location videos once Sanhok is actually released. So just because I know not everybody plays the Chinese version of the game, it's difficult to understand at times. The controls are a little bit different. It does run smoother, but hopefully the August update to global will bring us Sanhok. So as long as that is the case, and it looks to be at this point, it looks like the update though is unfortunately delayed. I have no information on when it's coming out, but I was initially hoping that it was going to be coming out near the end of Season 2, beginning of Season 3, which is going to occur on the 18th of August. And that's because, well, in the Chinese version, that point of interest, so that was like the amusement park that's under construction, when Season 3 was released, that was when they finished that. So I was hoping that, that would kind of coincide with the release of Sanhok on the global version. So I don't know, we'll have to see. It looks now like it's going to be like the last week of August, hopefully, that the update will be released. Although, again, maybe they're having some issues because it's a new map. So I don't know. So either way, I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I found out more information on when the PUBG Mobile 0.8.0 global update's coming out. So you can see here that so far he has picked up the QBZ. This replaces the Scar L. It's a 5.56 automatic capable weapon, so it's an assault rifle. And it's pretty decent. It looks like the, what is it called? I'm going to blank on the name right now, but the crate only one. The AUG, there we go. So it looks like that, where the magazine actually goes pretty far back in the weapon. It's a little less controllable than the Scar L in my experience, but it fires faster, and it's a good overall weapon, definitely. It can take a grip. We'll see if he jumps into the inventory screen. We can see what sorts of attachments it takes, but it takes up to a 6x scope, just like any other AR in the game currently. And like I said, I believe it takes a grip, and it has a muzzle attachment slot, and that's about it. So no stock on it, but other than that, you have those other attachment points. So we jumped ahead a little bit, just cut out some of the boring stuff, and you can see here is the QBU, and this replaces the Mini 14. Yeah, so look at that. So the QBU just has a magazine, scope, and muzzle attachment point, and then the QBZ has a magazine, muzzle, grip, and what was the other one I missed? Magazine, muzzle, grip, and scope attachment points, so 4 points. So you can see here that it performs very similarly to the Mini 14, but what's interesting is it actually has I think it's a bipod that's built into it, so that deploys automatically whenever you go prone. So that's something that other people don't know, but even the M249, for example, that one is more stable, and they're killing their teammates, I don't know why, but that one's more stable when you are prone than when you're crouching or just standing up. So here's somebody who uses the QBZ. You can see close range, it does a great job just because the fire rate is so fast. So they both use 5.56, so that's a little limiting. Maybe that guy went AFK or something, and that's why they wanted his military vest. I am not really sure, but we're definitely going to get some cool gameplay using these two new Sanhok exclusive weapons. So it looks like they're still in the training compound, and that's not a bad place to be just because it's in the center of the map. So like I said, it's one of the most common places to like end games at. So basically if you start in the training center, there's a good chance that you're going to be in at least the first couple circles. Now it looks like they're moving out from that compound. And I don't know what rank this was played in, so that's the other thing I don't know. And because of that, I don't know how many bots are in this game versus real people. So again, this gameplay is more to show off the weapons than it is to show strategy or, just super high level gameplay. But there's a very, very damaged level 3 vest, a 4x scope. She has a 6x on the QBU, which can take up to an 8x because that's a DMR, just like the Mini 14 is. And now he has a 4x on the QBZ, which can take up to a 6x, just like I said with the other ARs. So there's some more 5.56. He's going to want to pick that up, definitely. If you're using dual 5.56 weapons, you're going to go through it pretty quickly. So you can see the QBU has, like the SLR or the MK14, it has 10 rounds, or SKS, it has 10 rounds standard capacity. And then if you have an extended magazine like you put on, or an extended quick draw, that will bump it up to 20 rounds, just like the rest of those weapons. So that is a difference from the Mini 14, because of course the Mini 14 has 20 rounds standard and 30 rounds with an extended or extended quick draw magazine. So looks like they are just looting some of the buildings to the southeast of the training center. And Sanhok, at least from my experience, I don't know if they're going to translate this to the global version, but in the Chinese version, the loot is very dense. So not only is Sanhok 4x4 kilometer, which is a quarter of the size of maps like Miramar or Erangel, but it also has a very, very dense loot spawn. So you can drop almost anywhere and gear up pretty quickly because there's just so much loot everywhere. So you can see them having some fun with emotes. There is the zone. It's pretty much closing center of the map. So, again, good position to be in. So there's 37 people left, 4 kills. And I know that this game does get a lot more interesting. So we're going to have a lot of action starting very, very soon. There's a tower. I wonder if you can climb that. I don't know. So like I was saying before, once Sanhok is released, then I'll be doing videos on it. So we'll be doing loot locations, we'll be doing some like roof climbs, some glitch troll locations, and a whole lot more. So definitely have that to look forward to once the global beta is released. So you know what, actually I'll leave a little card in the upper right. So guys, let me know, when do you want to start seeing content on Sanhok? So like I said, drop locations, loot locations, building climbs, troll locations, all that stuff. Do you want to see it starting now? So, when the beta isn't out yet and it's only 0.9.5, the current Chinese version that has it? Or do you want to see it when the beta is released? So that is hopefully very soon, that the 0.8.0 global beta is released. Or do you want to see it when the actual update is released, which is probably going to be near the end of August? So are those real people? I don't know. He didn't really, yeah, he's staying behind a tree. So I mean, that's showing a little bit of, nope, now he's just staying in the field though. So there is the QBU being used. Like I said, the Mini 14 replacement on Sanhok. He's using it with a 6x scope, and then he has a red dot on the QBZ. So a good combination, definitely, of weapons. He has some long range and some short range. Here he goes, gonna reload that, put 20 more rounds in it, and probably work his way up towards where those bodies are, I'd imagine. I've had a number of games end here, so I don't know if Sanhok right now is super, like, I don't know if there's a greater frequency that games end near the middle, but at least in my experience, there's a vehicle, so there's going to be a real person, because I'm pretty sure bots do not drive, bots do not drive vehicles, so there we go. Bots can, of course, enter houses and climb stairs on 0.9.5, so that is different. Whoa, look at that, he had a flare gun too. So will we see some flare gun play? Perhaps. So he is in the next zone, so if he fired the flare gun right now, that would give him the super airdrop, which tends to have full level 3 armor, a healing item. There's bot, not doing as much damage. So if he fired it right now, he'd get 2 good weapons, 2 crate only weapons, a healing item. Oh man, the guy already used it though, darn it. So that's probably how he got the AWM then. So, is again, like I said, if you watch my super airdrop video, which I'll try to leave a link to down below if I remember, you'll see in that video that if you drop it if you fire the flare gun outside the zone, you get the armored UAZ. Lots of abbreviations in this video. It's too early for that. And if you fire the flare gun within the next circle, as he is right now, then you get a super airdrop that tends to have 2 crate-only weapons, appropriate ammunition, and then full level 3 armor and helmet, and a healing item, usually a med kit. So there is another bot. You can tell just because the bots do so much less damage than that person who was on the bike, who did quite a bit of damage and almost knocked our player out. There's another fresh level 3 helmet. Tons of those guys. There's another vehicle, so that's going to be a real person or a real squad. And they kind of just stopped. Not a good place to stop, so. Alright, well, he blew up the vehicle and they died. So, like I said, I don't know what ranking this was played in, if this was bronze or silver or gold, or I hope it's not more than gold because these people are getting owned. But this person had a QBZ also, as well as a M24, I think, right? That's a world spawn now, so it's pretty rare, but you can find there's a less damage level 3 vest. But it's very possible to find a M24 out in the wild now. So the damage has been adjusted down, though, over global versions. So when it was crate only, the damage was higher, which makes sense. And then now that it's world spawn, it still does more than the Car 98, but it does not do nearly as much damage as it used to do when it was crate only. So QBZ for short range, QBU for long range, and they're just kind of camping out on the hill here. So they're going to have to move a little bit to their... What direction is that? To the northwest to get into the next zone. Actually going to be heading back towards the training center. But overall, didn't really have to move too much. So didn't show off too much of Sanhok in this game. But had the QBZ and the QBU for quite a while now. And pretty good weapons. So yeah, I'm definitely curious what your guys' thoughts are on them. Are you excited or are you disappointed that the Scar and the Mini are no longer at least in Sanhok? There's somebody working their way around there. Nope, interesting. You could shoot right through the fence. I was wondering if that fence was going to cause more of an issue or not, but looks like the bolts are going through it, so. They're up to 15 kills now, and only 5 people left, so 3 other people left. That's not many at all, so. You can see this is where they actually started the game. Those crates, that was where he looted all that 5.56 and stuff up on those. Actually, not crates, they're more like... I don't even know, just concrete blocks maybe. So going to be working to the west just a little bit to get into the zone. There's another one of those radio towers. Curious if you can climb it or not. It looks like it's too steep, but we'll have to see. I'm sure you guys will figure it out if it is possible. Now they're down to 2 other people. And I think that's going to be it. Yeah, so there you have it. There's the win. And if you guys enjoyed this gameplay using the QBZ and QBU, again, the Sanhok exclusive weapons, definitely give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps grow the channel, and I certainly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, definitely consider doing that now too for tons more PUBG mobile content, including gameplay, tips and tricks, loot locations, and a whole lot more, always coming soon. So my name's Derek G, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon, or my Discord server, which I'll leave a link to down below.